Here you have the MK97 machine gun mount. This mount is designed to hold the M240 series machine gun and the M249 series machine guns. As I lift this mount out, you'll notice that it has a small pintle adapter. That small pintle was used on the earlier swing arms video. In order to interface properly with the Mark 16 stand, which is also shown in another video, you need the pintle reducer. This reducer, next to my thumb here, has a screw on either side, tensioning screw, that locks into the pintle here. In effect, when this is put on and the screws on either side are locked down, it creates a large pintle, which then drops down and interfaces with your Mark 16 stand assembly. Here you'll see the MK97 with a large pintle installed. Once I put the large pintle down inside the Mark 16 stand, remember from the other videos, you have to rotate down and lock the pintle in place. That way during transit, it can't come out. From here, bring the mount directly back, unlock the stow pin, push the mount to the high port position, bring up your travel lock. Here the pin is going to go through the mount into the travel lock. So I lift the mount up just slightly, get those aligned. I take the pin, insert it from right to left, and now the mount and weapon system are locked for travel at the high port position. Now we're going to discuss mounting the M240 series machine gun to the MK97 gun mount. I'm going to pull the front pin first, pull the rear pin. Notice I still have the travel lock still in place. Grab my M240 series machine gun, which has already been cleared. Put the front pin into place. Bring the rear pin into place. And now I've effectively mounted the M240 series machine gun. Now I'd like to discuss some features of the MK97 gun mount. On the left side you have the ammo can holder. Lift up on the rubber stopper, open the lid, grab your can of ammunition, lock it underneath the locking lip here that holds the can into place, pull the lid back over, lock your stopper back into place. Continuing on with the features of the MK97 gun mount. On the back side, like we discussed earlier, you have your travel lock. To release the travel lock, grab the pin, pull it out, and lower your travel lock. This allows the M240 machine gun to move up and down freely. To control how much the weapon system depresses, or to restrict the depression of the weapon system, you can adjust the depression stop here. On the front, you have your train stops. This engages with each of the left and the right train stops. These are adjustable, so this allows you to restrict the movement left and right, and you have your depression stop to restrict the depression of the weapon system, so when the operator is using the weapon, you can control the field of fire. You also have a 90-degree stow pin. Take out your stow pin, move the weapon system to 90 degrees, and lock it into place. Keep in mind the weapon will still move left and right without the travel lock. Also on the front end, you'll see here we have the heavy-duty STS mounting brackets for the shield. This is primarily set up for our patented CTS, see-through shield, but you can also use the universal interface for any 3/8" armor plate splinter shield. Here you have the two-piece mounting system for the M240 machine gun. Upon removal of the T&E from the traverse bar on the back of the tripod, you take the 7.62 T&E, you have this interface bracket. This half moon portion here intersects with the traverse bar. Once locked into place, you take the C-clamp pin, push it all the way through, and then on either end you would affix the two C-clamps where my thumb and index finger are. They've been omitted for the purpose of the video. From here, I put the T&E back on the traverse bar, lock it into place, and my rear mounting point for the M240 machine gun is set up. The front portion, the pintle adapter for the front mounting pin, this angled portion here needs to be forward. I take the pintle, put it into the pintle socket, lock it into place, and now you're ready to mount the M240 machine gun. Next we'll discuss mounting the M240 machine gun to the 2-point mounting adapter. Remove the front pin, make sure the rear pin is fully extended. Grab the unloaded M240 machine gun, your front mounting lug. Instead of previously coming from the front to the rear, this one mounts directly from the rear. From there, take the mounting pin, push it all the way through until it locks into position. Bring the pistol grip, the second rear mounting point down until it interfaces with the T&E. You may have to move the T&E back and forward a little bit until it lines up properly. Lock that pin in. Now you successfully mounted the M240 machine gun. This is the Mark 105 M240 and M249 machine gun mount. It's attached to the M125 aluminum tripod. On the front left side, you'll see the pintle lock. When I lift up to unlock, pull the pintle out of the pintle socket. For installation, put it down back into the pintle socket and release the lock. That locks it in place. On the back, we have our traverse and elevation mechanism that's attached to the traversing bar. Previously, on the M240 flex mount, I mentioned that the traverse and elevation mechanism had a locking bar that engaged between the T&E and the mount itself. Here, that's not required. It's built into the mount directly to the T&E. Here, you have the Mark 105 M240 M249 gun mount. We're going to attach it to the M125 aluminum tripod. On the front end, I take the pintle, drop it down into the pintle socket. From there, I release the locking lever to lock the pintle into place. The traverse and elevation mechanism on the back, I make sure that the handle's facing towards me, place it on the traversing bar, and lock it into place. From here, I'm ready to mount the M240 machine gun. To mount the M240 machine gun to the Mark 105 gun mount, pull the rear mounting pin, take the unloaded M240, your front mounting lug here engages into the locks on the front. There's no pin required. I bring it forward, slide it straight back until it locks into place. Bring the rear portion of the machine gun down, aligning the holes and locking the pin into place. As the M240 is a bottom eject weapon system, both on your flex mount and on the Mark 105, you have a brass deflector here on the bottom to push the brass out to the right. And as I mentioned earlier with the flex mount, there's an adapter, this piece here, that is required to interface with the flex mount. And on the Mark 105, it's built into the weapon system itself. From here, to move the weapon system, you unlock the traverse mechanism, and you can move the weapon system to the left. You can move it to the right. When locked into place, you then can use this knob on the right to move the gun to the right and to the left, and here to move the weapon system down and up by adjusting the T&E. As I mentioned earlier, the Mark 105 can also mount the M249 SAW, squad automatic weapon. Just keep in mind, once again, you need to remove the foregrip. Your forward mounting lugs lock into the key, rotate down, lock the rear mounting pin, and everything else is the same.